Go.
How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts?
I think one of the most important aspects when it comes to sort of linking all three aspects of what we've done, which is our music video, our digipack, and our poster, which is obviously promoting it, is the star image, or the theory of star image, which Richard Dyer came up with, and the fact that it's not really the artist who they would be in normal life. The artist is someone which the marketing team would create to try and create a demand for the product.
I think it's good the combination of all three together as they work together via links. There's the Goodwin's theory of the lyrics being illustrated. The fact of Nutella is present in all three different adverts, emphasising the fact that it's his main song. The icon itself in the image of the jar of Nutella or the words creates a direct link between the product and the ancillary texts.
We stuck to the concept of having our artist as an independent artist through our album video and album poster, where you just see him on his own, which shows an independence.
The artist itself, when it comes to the genre, obviously he's an indie artist, singer-songwriter, indie artist, but he's breaking through, and I think we have to be very careful to actually make sure we didn't just jump across the line of going into singer-songwriter pop. I think because if he's you have to maintain the image. So his image would be that it's him and the music. That has to be reflected in the clothes he's wearing. So we used quite bland, cosy, comfortable costumes rather than the fashionable, hip, expensive costumes you would get in the pop industry. I think we did quite well in making sure that it would be critically a success as well, which would have been his old indie audience, because it would have been in magazines like GQ and other music magazines, and also it would appeal to his old audience being the people who are crazy about music, but also because the fact we portrayed him as a cheeky chappy all throughout all three ancillary texts, it means that people more mainstream can relate to him, and it would be easier to accept him into the market rather than if he was just completely independent. You would either love him or you would hate him. Pop making him the kind of cheeky chappy that probably everyone really knows a cheeky chap. So it just makes him, people can relate to him, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
As a product itself, we chose to create the marketing, like the music marketing pack for, as said, an indie singer-songwriter artist, so we had to stick to the normal conventions, but at the same time, within all three of our products, create a platform should he go from being niche to mass audience. We made the digipack look a little less in relation to the indie pack style. There was a lot of editing, more leather styles. This was to build that bridge. In effect, this made this as a product more marketable, as each product complements each other from one market to the other.
I think the biggest influence for our character image was Ed Sheeran, who is also an acoustic singer-songwriter, so he has similar conventions to our artist Lewis Mockler. And also on Ed Sheeran's album you just see a picture of his face, which is fairly similar to our album cover.
I think the actual physical ties between all three ancillary texts is very important. I think the fact that obviously it's like you will see the poster on a wall or when you're walking around town, and obviously we needed to make it very clear, because obviously people are going to sit there and stare at it, that what we're about, what we want them to do. I think they're quite clear links due to the pictures and the text which are on the poster, which then directs you. It also gives you the release dates and where you can buy the digipack. And then obviously when you go and buy the digipack, you've got again pictures which would seem familiar as they're the same. It will be the same person as who was on the poster, and also on the digipack you have like exclusive content, which is quite prominent on the digipack, which would be the music video which we've created. So actually, it's very important that we made it clear the link between all three media texts.
The fact that we tried to create technical convergence between the product itself as a physical thing to something viral involves the audience more with the artist itself. We use BlackBerry tags, HMV online, Amazon, different sales, barcodes. This creates the idea that the audience can get closer to it, they can access more of the features of a digipack that make it clearer to stand out. This makes the combination of all three products itself more effective and authentic when considering it compared to other different digipacks and albums together.
The font we chose on our album cover and album poster were fairly small and free-flowing because as our artist is a acoustic singer-songwriter, we didn't really want a massive chunky font, otherwise that people would associate that as like a rock or metal genre. So the title is very clear and spaced out.
I think it's also very important to say on the poster we made it clear the fact that if people then didn't go straight to go and buy the digipack, as India said, there were the barcodes, which doesn't necessarily bring the artist closer. It can also give more details, and obviously once you've uploaded it to your phone, it's there wherever you go. So then you could then send it to a friend, and the fact that if one person does it, then people will start. It will create like a conversation about the artist, which I think it was quite important, because obviously he'll be breaking into the market, so he will need people to be talking about him.
As Luke said about the different ideas of it working together, the physical links, as all three of the items actually do link together, the video, digipack and an advert, it makes the idea that the artist is more sellable, he's more authentic, he links in with all different genres that he could fit into an artist, making, in effect, the product itself an effective one. The fact that it shares similar conventions and features that a real digipack would.
I think one criticism I would have, if I could even call it that, is with the digipack. I think the pictures are very well taken, the location is great. I think that maybe the content of the pictures, it does not link in with the rest of the video, well, mainly with the video. Just the fact that we try to portray him as a cheeky chappy, and then in the digipack it's a little more serious. I guess though that can mean that he's showing the business side of him. It's showing a new side that he would need to break into the new market, but it just doesn't. Although you would know it's the same person, there's just a quite clear mood change between the digipack and the video.
Another criticism could be the idea that as an indie singer-songwriter, the normal conventions are sort of emotional, moody, try and differ from the crowd, maybe the conventions of a usual indie artist. We break those conventions by making him that cheeky chappy. He stands out to be more original, fun, more down to earth, like I guess you could say, the normal person. The fact that he has the elements of the audience members, it does in a way challenge this convention, but it does work for the effectiveness of the artist itself.
Some of the negative feedback comments we got were Well, we weren't really surprised because we are only A2 students, and like one example comment we got back was it looks unprofessional. Like I said, we are only A2 students, and obviously if we did do our footage again, we would take our examples and learn from them and try and improve it if we did remake it.